That's what they were saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think Joe was like, look, you and Pelosi shanked me, led a coup against me for this drunk wine mom, Kamala, who's even worse than I was. You should have just kept me in. Yeah. I think Biden's been trying to undermine Kamala Harris. Yeah. I mean, going out and holding his first press briefing in, 1,300 days? Yeah. I think Biden would feel a little bit vindicated if Kamala lost.
He would,
right? He would like it just a little bit.
100%.
Yeah, because if you talk him off, Obama talks him off the ticket twice. He did it in 2016 and does it again. And does it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
right. Look, hey guys.
To just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that. And he has lifted them up. He has given voice to their websites that used to only have 11,000 people, now have 11 million. He tweets and retweets. They're offensive, hateful, mean-spirited rhetoric. Now some of those folks, they are irredeemable, but thankfully they are not America. But the other basket, and I know because I look at this crowd, I see friends from all over America here. I see friends from Florida and Georgia and South Carolina and Texas, and as well as, New York and California. But that other basket of people are people who feel the government has let them down, the economy has let them down, nobody cares about them. Nobody worries about what happens to their lives and their futures. And they're just desperate for change. It doesn't really even matter where it comes from. They don't buy everything he says, but he seems to hold out some hope that their lives will be different. That they won't wake up and see their jobs disappear. Lose a kid to heroin, feel like they're at a dead end. Those are people we have to understand and empathize with as well.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization is seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American. It's
Trump. I'm saying there's an unfair standard where his supporters have just decided it's baked in when he insults people, but they do take offense. Deplorables did matter. That comment from Hillary Clinton did matter. But I would say that Joe Biden is still the president. I'd like him to be working on getting the hostages back.
The president's comments yesterday referring to Trump supporter as garbage.
A couple of things. So just to clarify, he was not calling Trump supporters garbage.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
Which is why he this is why he wanted to make sure that we put out a statement that clarified what he meant and what he was trying to say.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
And so just want to make that very clear for folks who are watching. And I just want to read that out to folks. So he was regarding to the comedian. And I quote, I referred to the hateful rhetoric about Puerto Rico spewed by Trump's supporter at his Madison Square Garden rally as garbage, which is the only word I can think of to describe it. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable. That's all I meant to say. The comments at the rally don't reflect who we are as a nation. Really? And to your question, your other question that you asked, no, he does not view Trump supporters or anybody who supports Trump as garbage. That is not what he
candidate that Kamala should have.
I want you to listen to something that is making the rounds right now, certainly by the Trump campaign, by Senator J.D. Vance and others, what President Biden had to say about this tonight.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization is seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
Yeah.
Governor, first off, just what's your response to that comment from President Biden, where it sounds like he's calling Trump supporters their garbage?
Yeah, look, I had not heard that until now, Caitlin, so I'm kind of giving you my fresh reaction to it. I would never insult the good people of Pennsylvania or any Americans, even if they chose to support a candidate that I didn't support.
Frank, notably, they were done before President Biden made his comments, seemingly describing Trump supporters as, quote, garbage. The Harris campaign is trying to downplay the effect of those comments. Of course they are. But I wonder if you think that those comments are going to move voters.
It's going to be huge, because this is not some comedian saying something stupid and offensive at a rally where he should have been basically disinvited. This is the president of the United States endorsing his vice president saying something. And I know that there's different interpretations about what he said. It's still inappropriate. He still shouldn't be doing it. And I've watched Trump already seize this. The basket of deplorables was significant, was meaningful in 2016. In 2024, I can promise you that this is going to drive Trump turnout. He's doing it already. I can see, I'm sure there's going to be ads on as soon as tonight about this. This may be a turning point for those final 3%, and that's all it is, who still need to be persuaded. And I'll offer you guys something. We're going to be talking to them over the next couple of days. So if you want to do something on Monday, the day before, focusing on these last persuadables, I will tell you that Trump offends them, and they don't like him as a person. But Harris scares them because they don't know where she stands, and they feel that she hasn't been clear on some of the key issues, most notably immigration. Trump's got his weaknesses. Harris has her weaknesses, and they seem to be canceling each other out, which is why Harry's correct. This election is too close to call.
Have to just do what she's told. Bernie Sanders, who's won millions more primary votes than Kamala has ever won, is warning the Democratic Party, we're going to lose if we don't talk about the economy. But there's two problems. One, Kamala can't talk about the economy because she's the one who tanked it. And two, Kamala is afraid to be seen with Bernie. She was more liberal than Bernie in the Senate, but now she acts like they never met. That tells you how much of a hoax Harris's candidacy is. Democrats are now wondering who'd be more responsible for a Harris loss, Biden for dragging his feet or Harris. But there's plenty of blame to go around. Everyone's responsible.
This is the second time the Democratic Party has circumvented democracy and chose.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Hillary Clinton was chosen, and she had Bruce Springsteen too. And what happened to her? And now we've chosen.
Kevin, Hillary Clinton won a primary. Okay, she won a primary. You may not.
Nobody could compete with her, even Bernie Sanders.
She won a primary.
Okay.
First of all, that's the first thing.
So did Kamala Harris win a primary?
Listen, we have talked about this before.
What's wrong about talking about it tonight after what you just saw?
Do you think that's really what matters to voters?
Right now.
How many Democrats wish?
Your whole shtick has
Hang
been,
on a second.
let's talk about what matters to voters. Do you really think voters care about the intranecine primary process?
If you're a Democrat, you sure as hell care today.
Kamala Harris is going to lose because Biden waited too long to step down. Are you serious? He didn't step down. He backed out with a gun to his head. The Democrats knew Biden was shot for years. They could have primaried him. You know, the way things have been done since our founding. They could have had an open primary after Joe got whacked. The truth is Biden and Kamala were both probably going to lose. They're both responsible for the last 4 years. Nobody can point to the last 4 years and say they deserve to be reelected. Doesn't matter who you are. It's not about Biden and Harris. It's about what they did. And now the Democrats are all in denial and demand every celebrity in America pop up on stage and sprinkle Kamala with as much Hollywood magic as possible and just close their eyes and hope their dreams come true. Tonight, We're here.
You're fired. Get out of here. Fired. Fired. Get out.
Oh, here we go.